people say, I am the best editor. They go, God, we've never worked in a group like this before. You're just so hilarious, and you really bring out the best in us. This pretty much sums it up. They got me this at QFC.
What is my role in the group? Well, I think first I should tell you what my greatest weaknesses are. I work too hard, I care too much, and I'm too invested in my work.
My role is to run this world as in Group 8.2's academic proposal.
My name is Allie. I am in Group 8.2. I'm sort of in charge of the visual proposal, but Christina is obviously our leader. So.
My name is Jasper, and I am in charge of producing and directing this film, and I am also assistant visual designer.
Jasper, don't you mean assistant to the visual designer?
Christina, why don't you talk a little bit about our group project?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been wondering the last couple of years, how is money spent at King's? And so I went a little bit into some research about understanding how we separate from Krista and how our funds are allocated within King's schools. And I never really found any answers. So this project on financial transparency is really looking into how are we spending money apart from Krista, and how can we make that clearer in the community for students, for parents, but also for internal audiences of administrators and teachers.
So what Group 8.2 finds as a central problem is that although Krista is accountable in the way that they report their finances between 990 tax forms and reporting back to when a person donates to a specific program, they are not transparent in the way that they present that information.
There's a difference between being accountable and being transparent. Accountability is making information available for the public, which is what Krista does on their website under accountability, where they talk about their financial statements, 990 forms, and tax forms that they post publicly. But what we think is transparency is the key to making the information based on accountability understandable for the entire audience. And that's our goal in this transparency initiative, is taking financial information specifically at King's and making it understandable for the entire community. So I know a lot of parents and students and teachers even are a little confused about the financial operations of King's Schools under Krista Ministries, so I want to break it down for you all with a little visual. So Krista Ministries is the governing parent company over the 7 entities underneath it. One of them is King's Schools. And then there's 6 others, all falling under Krista. Now Krista is a 501c3 charity, which has all of the nonprofit legal entities supported by it. So Krista Ministries has their own accountability efforts, including posting 990 forms, financial statements, and even tax forms on their website. But the problem with Krista is that they post it with all 7 of these combined together without separating them between each of the 7 entities. So this is like the visual that shows Krista and its little organizations.
Wait, Christina, let me help you. I have a visual exactly for this moment.
In a series of interviews with Mr. Roman, we found that he expects tuition dollars to directly impact his students.
He gave us lots of feedback on our project and really emphasized that we need to focus on King's Schools versus Krista Ministries.
This really helped impact our research and hone in on a specific topic.
So once we got our survey approved, we sent it out to parents, and here were the results. So when we asked, do you donate to King's Schools, we got 74% saying yes. Then when we specified towards what they donated towards, we have 35% towards the night fund, and then the rest is kind of distributed among different programs. And then we found that the biggest reason for not making a donation is either other reason that isn't specified, or that they only want to donate to a specific program or activity but don't feel that they have enough information to. And so we found that some financial information about King's Schools they would like access to is primarily budgets and spending, but also having revenues closely follow. And then we have a ranking process. It looks messy on the screen, but really to summarize it, Education and our program outcomes are most important for 60% of the parents answering the survey. And so then it goes down by financial accountability, clear communication, financial transparency, and other. And so then when we look at some additional comments that people had, I just wanted to read one of them. They say, in all honesty, I hesitate to donate to King Schools outside of the Knight Fund and teacher endowment because I have no idea where the money goes and I see much waste. And so we really want to minimize responses like this so that we can have a positive impact on the transparency of our school.
Yeah, Mr. Green, he's pretty cool. It's really sad that he's leaving though.
Alan?
He's one of my favorites.
The interview with him?
Oh, right. The interview. Yeah, Mr. Crane said that the 7 ministries in one entity could become a little messy, kind of like a pig pen or Mr. Jablon's classroom. He said that if he were a parent who didn't know where his tuition money was going, he'd be kind of disappointed. But like, he's not a parent, that is.
I think the first interview I got to sit in and watch Jasper Shao masterfully conduct was with Corrine Neild during the fetus states of our project. She told us all about how King's finances are often managed by Krista, but how we're benefited by other parts of the Krista ministry entities, whether that be World Concern or Krista Living. So it was very informative and helpful when it came to formulating our original ideas in the draft of our papers.
So I had the privilege to read this riveting book, Nonprofit Financial Oversight. And I got pretty happy with it highlighting, and so I just wanted to read some of my favorite sentences. One of them says, the financial health of an organization directly impacts its ability to carry out its mission and purpose. And financial stewardship directly affects the viability and sustainability of an organization for the future. And so at King's, we really strive to uphold our mission statement. And I think having financial transparency is really going to reinforce that.
Since we've been told that King's High School loves STEP systems so much, we've decided to create one of our own to provide you with solutions to our current financial transparency concerns.